Guys, welcome back to the CSA Forex channel. It's a pleasure having you guys here. Today, 12th of December 2023, we are going to be looking at CPI. We're going to be looking at the news that we have coming up for the dollar today, the consumer price index, and of course, what the dollar is telling us. This is the dollar in front of us. But first thing we need to do, let's keep an eye. Let's have a look at what the uh, uh, news is telling us for today, right? Today is, going to be heavy for the dollar by 2:30 p.m. West African time. So we have the dollar key data, which is the CPI Consumer Price Index. And trust me, if you do not know what you are doing, I would advise you to stay far away from your charts, sit on your hands, take a walk, or do whatever you have to do in order not to be in the market at about 2:30 p.m. Right? Trust me, when the market news comes out, the market is going to be very volatile. And one thing I have also been saying is that this week is more or less the final week when it comes to true liquidity, because from next week, most people would obviously be traveling, for the holiday period. So you're going to expect the market liquidity to thin out, to dry up. But for this week, yes, for this week, we have lots of data coming out for the dollar. Even on Wednesday, tomorrow, you can see the dollar filled up with dollar. Even on Thursday as well, we have lots of data coming out for the dollar as well. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you more as we scroll down now, because the first major thing that traders need to do is always check the calendar. You can see we have the retail sales for the dollar as well on Thursday, and on Friday too, we also have key data as well. The PMIs. So with everything that we have coming out for the dollar, trust me, the dollar is bound to take off sooner than later. Yesterday, Monday, and even up till now, it has been sluggish. And of course, you should already know why, because of the news that's coming out later. So let's cross back to the charts and let's look at what the dollar is trying to tell us. And if you look right in front of us, you can see so far so good. It has been on a decline from this time frame, the 4 hours time frame that is, and then it approached this area of supply. You can see that is where it is presently here. It reacted here, dropped down back to this area here. As you can see, that acted as support, and more or less go back to the area of support. Now it came back here to test the supply again. Now the question is, will it drop back to this back to this support again? Sorry. That is the question. Will it drop back to this support again? If yes, right? Now look at the distance from here to here. And we have the CPI coming out in about approximately 7 hours thereabout, 7 hours, 7.5, 8 hours thereabout from now, right? So what are we trying to say? We're trying to say that the market is already, based on the chart that we have here, is already telling us that the shorts have it, the sellers have it, based on the supply here. We even have another supply here. So don't even be surprised if the market should do this, push back higher and then drop. But so far, so good. This supply here seems to be holding. Now, if this is the case for the dollar, where the supply is the case, what do you think would be happening to the Euro USD or even to the pounds? To the Euro USD or even to the pound. If you look at the Euro USD here, let's look at the Euro USD here. This guy, you can see now clearly it has got into the area of resistance, and then now it has been struggling with this area of support. And then we're expecting it also, especially based on the dollar, we're expecting it to also push higher to this area here, right? So this is an area of resistance, support, resistance. So it is a flip zone, key area that we're expecting price to get to. Now, if this works out, this should probably be your TP1, right? Or maybe your TP2 over here. We'll see whether it gets to this point here. Well, everything is still based on the data coming out later today for the CPI. So you need to trade with caution. This is the Euro USD that we are keeping an eye on for longs, right? And then also We could check on the cable, the GBPUSD as well. And you can see it's already on its way, pushing higher. And I have an entry somewhere here, and then I'll be looking forward to taking my profit over here as well. Of course, my stop loss is below. You can see that the risk to reward ratio is a good one. So let's see how this plays out further. And I'm also cautious, especially because of the news coming out for the CPI today, right? I would be watching, and if it moves well enough in my favor before the CPI data, then I'll cover up. Either you could do for your trade management, you could do partial close, close half, close 1/3, or whatever of your position, or you could just trail it and tighten up your stop loss, right? But I wouldn't move to break even because of possible whipsaws that might probably go down and up. You wouldn't want it to knock you out and then push higher without you. That would obviously be painful. We're going to see how the market reacts to the news coming out later. Once again, if you do not know what is happening, you have no clue whatsoever, I would advise you to be on the sidelines, shut down your system, take a walk, or whatever you have to do around that 2:30 p.m. West African time, right? 2:30 p.m. West African time. Very, very key, very, very important that we pay attention. The truth now is that some traders or a lot of traders will not pay attention to this period. They place trades, they have losses, not even just losses, they crash their accounts, and then you start to see posts here and there. I just crashed my account. What am I going to do? I'm depressed. I'm this, I'm that, and so on. But then you will not heed the warning now. But then let's see how things goes. Okay, so I'm going to round up now. And of course, as usual, if the video was helpful, do give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, the comment section is there for you. You are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. And of course, we will get back to you with updates on what happened to the dollar. And of course, updates for the week at large and so on. So thank you guys for tuning in. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Trade safely, guys. Don't forget, use a stop loss, even though slippage might, destroy your stop loss. If you understand what slippage is, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because even with stop loss, you could easily lose more than what you have bargained for because of the high impact news, because of the high volatility that we're expecting today. And then don't also forget, use the lot size volume based on your account balance. Calculate it appropriately. Make sure the position size that you are using is good to go. Okay, thank you guys and catch you guys later. Cheers.